First of all, we have to go and remove our bar. Dismantling this process, I will introduce to you how to dismantle this bar. First of all, we have 5 screws on the side of this lining. This is a cross-shaped male wire. Let's go tear it down. After tearing it down, we're on the side inside. You can take a look. It's the innermost of this. There's this little screw on this side. Use a wrench from number 10 to unscrew it. Let's go to the side of this place. Just go and pull it away. What about us below? This place has a guard. The screws on our guard plate also need to be removed. After dismantling, this one is underneath this guard. There are also 4 screws at the bottom of the bar. We're going to remove the screws from this flower. You can basically see it from below. On the other side, let's go take this apart. As you can see, we have a wire harness that is in contrast to the number of wires on our bar. We're going to plug in this number of wires and unplug it directly. Avoid putting this bar and this line. Especially the line of our camera. It's fragile. After removing our front bumper, we're the front face. This front face needs to be removed. And this lampshade on the side. There is also a lampshade on the other side. You can see the place below us. It is also a hood that has a hurricane. Even our hurricane hood needs to be removed. The original car drove out of one of the hurricane hoods of our original car. We need to go and put the above piece together. Go and dismantle it. After removing it, we can see that there are 4 screws on the side front. Let's go and remove the 4 screws. Just our military cover can be taken down. And the place below. After removing our windshield, we can all see that this anti-collision steel beam has been exposed. After exposing it, we went to put the anti-collision steel beams, including this windshield for our brakes below. We're all going to have to tear it down. The right side is also true. It's the same on the left. After it's removed, let's take out the bumper beams. You can see that there are 8 screws in front of this one. Underneath ours. Some cars will have a crossbar. But some cars it doesn't. This place underneath this little beam. As you can see this place, it also has a screw on ours. You can see this position at the top. Underneath our kettle there are also 2 screws that go through from top to bottom. We have 2 screws on the left and right of each side here. We're going to have to remove the screws. Otherwise, this bumper won't come down. See, we have a piece of this slate in front of us. We still have to use our original car for this slab in front of us. Let's go put it on him first. It's on our side. There are also the following screws that need to be delocked for it as well. After installing this front bar of ours, after this center stand, we're going to go ahead and put one of our side center grids on. Go put it on. Because it's divided into left and right, if you're going to pretend, it won't fit even if it's installed the way it's supposed to. Everyone, go ahead and put this screw in. Go put it on. It's the same on the left side of our car. It's the same bracket. Go ahead and we'll put it in this position. After mounting it in this position, the screw in front of us. Don't go on him yet. Because we still have our front bar. After removing our original front bar, we can then go ahead and assemble our own general bracket for the front. We have a split bracket. It's divided into 4 parts. Everyone can read it. But what about our part? We can go put it together for him, too. Go load it in the car. Or you can go and load him in the car alone. Because if you're gonna do it alone, it's just a little less labor intensive. If you're going to do the whole thing, you'll need 2 or 3 people to work with you. Go and put this screw on top of ours. Now we're going to choose a structure in the form of a capsule. Let's start with the bracket on our right as an example. Our right bracket, you can see these 2 screws from the original car. We're going to put it down first. After we put it down, we'll poke it into the 2 holes above us. And then after we dry a hole in the ground, let's go back and put the side screws on it. Because then, The 2 screws on top of us, it's in a vertical position. It's handy in one of your later assemblies. These screws are to choose our original car a screw. Just remove the screw and put it back on. After these 4 screws to the end, but don't go giving it a one-time tightening up, it's because of those 2 screws on top of us. I haven't tightened it yet. As you can see, we have a gaping hole in the ground. It's because the top screws aren't tightened. It's not going up. Now let's go put the top 2 screws, go tighten it. The way it's tightened is still exactly the same as the way we started taking it apart. Let's go screw him down. After we go and put the bottom screws in, we'll be able to put our kettle our original position on the. And when it's done, we can go ahead and put this measurement to our front to put it on. Because we're split, we'll need to install the pieces separately. Everyone can read it. This piece is on our side of this. After you put it in from the side, let's go screw it on. If you have enough men, we can go ahead and put the whole thing together before we put it in. It's possible. So with the top bracket in place, we can replace the front bumper with this one. Go put it on. As you can see this, we have 2 eyes on this side. Let's go ahead and get these 2 eye areas rigged. While we're locking another nut behind this one, our nut is a breakaway structure. You can't worry about it running out at a later stage. The side of the top. It's the same on the top side and inside. After that, it's exactly the same design as the one we have above. There's a screwdriver. Just go ahead and lock and clamp it. Inside our front bar kit, it's the front center mesh that needs to be replaced. So we're going to take this original center mesh. Everyone can read it. We're going to remove the original center mesh. After it's dismantled, let's go change to our center mesh. Everyone can read it. Go ahead and snap us into this original position. It's still in its original position. When the card goes in, we can install the side bracket. You can see that the side brackets and the center grill are one and the same. Let's take the side. Align it. Everyone can read it. Once we're all aligned, let's go get the screws. Put him on. After we screwed on, let's go get the side net. Go jam it in. Snap in and you can see the side. There are 2 round eyes on the side. Inside our bag you can find a snap like this. Let's get stuck in this position. As you can see, we've got this clasp stuck in. On the other hand, what about our other side? It's the same. And then the same thing after that. After we went and put our side nets in, we're also going to put the clasp on. Just jam it. You can see that we have installed the net on the left and right side. After it's installed we'll go and put our camera. As you can see, I have a camera mounted on it now. We need to remove the camera from the car. When it's removed, we have a belt guard in this area. It's exactly the same as this original camera. Go put it in. After it's in, let's go get it. And then up to our filter. You can see us this at this line. It came straight this way. Let's just go plug it in. Put this net. A little movement to put this screw. Just put it right on top of our center grid. Here's what we're going to put in the front bar of the line now. We're going to have to put it in our car first. All other positions are in their original position. Just go and restore it. First of all, let's go to our location. Everyone can read it. Let's go and put the screws on us first. Go put it on. And there's a trick on the other side of this place. Everyone can read it. Because of our place this shelf we are disassembled. Go ahead and put it in first. Going from this side of us. Put it in. Everyone can read it. Go to this position. What about our other side? It's exactly the same. Go ahead and give it a break from lateral line. Put these two small grooves on both sides. After you put it in, we can take this screw and put it on. It's the same up front. It also includes our right side. Interjection of surprise. As you can see, our side is a bit shaky in this place. We're the ones who have this thing mounted on top of the bracket above us. There's a little screw on the bottom. You can see the location to screw it on. It's exactly the same on the other side. You can see the front of our support. There are also two of these little screws. It's exactly the same as the one on the side. Let's go get it on, too. Below we go to the front of the lower bracket, go to it to install. We're in this side of the structure directly to the plug. Just plug it right in. Let's go ahead and put the original screws in. Other locations, we've got these panels. And we have a big center mesh in the front. And the logo. These we are based on the same as the original. It's just a matter of restoring everything. Here we put our front bar on this. I took two screws and fixed it. On one side is the long screw. On the one hand. With this short screw in place, let's take a look at this gap over here. If the seams in this area are uneven, we can go ahead and adjust the center. The one in the center. Tractor. After that we go to the front of the net. We have a net that can be dismantled at any time. After removing it we can see this illustration below. There are 4 screws after that. Let's go loosen it up. Let's set it right after we loosen it. There's someone to go with you. Once it's adjusted, we'll go back and tighten this screw. And then we'll take these slabs up here. Just go ahead and set it up at the end of the day.